Welcome back now. We all know the importance of play in a child's life, which is why IKEA have launched the Let's Play for Change campaign.
Here to tell us all about it and the importance of child's play is clinical psychotherapist Joanna Fortune. Good morning, Joanna.
Good morning. How are you?
Lovely
I feel
to
like
chat
going to
about
bed.
this. They're so cuddly,
I'm
aren't
having a lie
they?
down. These are gorgeous.
Tell us about this campaign, because it's such a lovely, novel idea. First of all, how these magnificent soft toys were created.
They're just fantastic. I mean, they really are. And one of the things that I think is amazing about this IKEA campaign is, as part of it, they invited children from around the world to design what they thought would be the perfect toy.
So
and
clever.
from 87,000 contributions, they picked these 5 and have actually taken those drawings and turned them into toys from the drawing pages. I just think it's so gorgeous.
And there's little imperfections in them, which
There
is perfect because
is.
they're taken exactly from the drawing.
Well, you can see in this little guy, one leg
look.
is shorter than the other legs. And I just think what you're seeing here is a real insight into the inner world of a child,
mind,
how they
yeah.
view the world, how they understand things. And I think that's one of the key aspects of play that we're all looking at. And this research from IKEA is like one of the first of its kind. And what it backs up is what anecdotally and clinically I'd certainly see a lot in my practice, is that play is the language of children.
And what age are we talking about? Because, of course, brand newborns, infants don't engage with anything or anyone. It's just about feeding and sleeping and being
Well,
cuddled.
yes and no, because actually I would say that that's their first experience of play, because even at that infant stage, when you gather your baby up into the nook of your arm and you're cooing and oohing and eyeing and quite naturally rocking and swaying, what you're introducing at that stage is rhythm and synchrony. And we know that rhythm and synchrony trigger the subsystems of the developing brain associated with emotional regulation. So you're already playing with
And I suppose
your
they're
child.
engaging with us, aren't they? Because they're
Exactly.
smiling back after 6 weeks or whatever it
And
is.
Well, they
also,
mirror us.
They do say the importance of talking and singing to the child, particularly. But you absolutely, when you have them in your arms, they're so engaged with you.
This
They're
guy's
locked
baby
into you.
mad.
Oh, well, look, and I
the
mean, you know,
babies.
the best gift you can give your child at that stage is yourself, but they're
Yeah.
also quite drawn to softness, sensory engagement, tactile interaction is really beneficial. And I think if you look at these are so squidgy. I mean, you can't even
I
help
can't let go of
yourself
it.
just holding
I
it.
can't
They
let go.
compel you to
Yeah,
do
gorgeous.
that. And I think that's so important. But I think as well, when I look at this research, and what it really speaks to me is that children have a right to play. We know this even from the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. There is an enshrined right to play that all children
Would you want
have.
to talk us through the different stages of play then? Are we
Yeah.
talking parallel play and then turning into engaging with their peers?
Well, this is it exactly. So developmentally, we look at 3 broad stages of play. There's stage 1, which is sensory embodiment. It's all about touch. It's about internalizing that I have an inside and an outside, all about skin and containment. Then we look at stage 2 play, which is where takes a child up to about 4, but stage 2 kicks in then between 4 and 5.5, where you see, they take the toys and they have them talk to each other and they're doing the 2
Yes.
voices.
This imaginary play.
Exactly,
So
this
lovely to
imaginary
witness.
play,
Gorgeous,
which is just beautiful, but more than being just lovely to look at, developmentally, it's the route to developing solution-focused thinking, critical thinking, empathy, reciprocity, general civility. It's not that kids nail that at 4, it's that they begin to develop that capacity, and it's laid down then. So that stage of play is actually vital. This kind of toy play and interaction is really, really important. Stage 3 play then is like 5.5 up to 7, and that's role play. So everything they took in stage 1, they pushed out in stage 2, now they insert themselves into in stage 3. So now I'm not playing at voices talking.
I am that character.
the
Yeah,
character.
yeah.
Exactly. So this is really, really normal types of play. But within these, you see the types of play that children do, which is like mirroring play, where they copy and take in, because we are their best teachers, for better and worse. We are their best
And also
teachers.
their siblings are as well. I noticed
Yeah.
with my 6-year-old and our 2-year-old, whatever the 6-year-old does, the 2-year-old does.
He's copies and
mirrors him all the way.
Absolutely.
Walks around the house after him, copying what he's doing.
And what you'll find
Yes.
is the 6-year-old is in that stage of play where it's all about role play and drama, and they will
Exactly.
quickly draw the 2-year-old in and assign them a role and say, now I'm the director,
Exactly.
you do as I say.
Exactly.
And the 2-year-old's
He builds
like, okay
things around
then.
him. The poor child's sitting there with pillows on the floor up to his eye going, I don't know why I'm
And
here.
it's lovely that building dens, that using the
Yeah.
materials around them. Children will naturally play if we give them the space and opportunity to do so. And just allowing them to express themselves and put their imagination out there is lovely. And again, it's why I think these are so fantastic.
And getting back to the soft toys, the plush toys, we all had our favourite toy when we were babies.
Yes.
And I suppose that's what fascinates me, that we would choose one of these, we choose a toy, and it becomes our favourite. And as adults, we talk about the baby squirrel we had or the little doggy that we had. And I suppose we do replace it with trinkets and other things when we're adults. But is that sort of an innate...
But you hold on to something of that attachment you held to that toy and everything you project onto it and what it gives you back
And
in
is that
terms of
healthy
comfort.
to have this?
This is perfectly healthy and very normal development for children as well. And like you're saying, Laura, they will let go of it. It's like a transitional object. As they move from one stage to another, this might not be the dominant toy, but it will always be there in the background and have served a purpose. And I think that's really, really important.
Be a comfort, hence the name security blanket.
It is. And I think it's why, you know, we're coming up to a time of year when gift giving and what to buy children is to the forefront of a lot of minds. And I just think keeping it simple and ensuring that we're giving children toys that are of and for their imagination is really about giving a gift beyond a toy.
This is a window into their imagination.
It is. It's giving them a gift of play rather than just
very
a present.
importantly, there is a charity aspect to this as well.
Yeah, IKEA have partnered up with Bernardo's on this, and I think this is another great way that if you're giving a gift, why not give two gifts in one?
Very good.
Because when you buy this and gift it to a child in your life, IKEA are going to give €5 from every sale to Bernardo's, which is going to benefit all of the children and families that they work with as well. So I think all in all, if you're going to be buying a gift, why not go down this route here? They're gorgeous.
Joanne, you're going to have a hard job getting this fella back on.
I'm seeing that.
She wants to have a little snooze now. Go on, suck your thumb, have a little... No, don't. A couple of final tips if you're buying a plush toy for the little one in your life. Is it colour we should be going for? Is it the size? What is it?
I think be aware of size because it's going to help with fine and gross motor skills. So the smaller they are, give them something to grip onto and hold. Go with a toy that is entirely soft and doesn't have the hard bits like that. They can squish the whole thing and squeeze in and hug. And I think colour is really important because it's stimulating them, but also it attracts their attention and their focus. So I think you've got all of it here.
Thanks so much, Joanna. Yes,
thank
you're
you
going to get
very
these
A
back.
pleasure, I can see that.
And the best of luck
Thank you.
getting this back up. And don't forget the limited edition soft toy collection is available in IKEA stores with, as Joanne said, €5 from every sale being donated to the children's charity Bernardo's.
So typical of something that my 5-year-old would draw.
I know.
It's just gorgeous. After the break, we're hitting the catwalk. Join us for Winter Prince next.